I would like to show how to create a new node by modifying the size of existing one. In this video, I take the telecom draw pit from Hong Kong standard as an example. First, I have to open the cell file contained the nodes. For this case, I will open a file called Hong Kong Subsurface Feature Node.cel from Hong Kong Standard Cell folder. I got the file opened, and you may learn from the previous video that for each node, it contains 3 models in the cell file. So I launched the model dialog, and you can see from the list of models, there's one called telecom draw pit. It contains a teledp_2d for the plan view, plan model of the node and top, and also the bottom one. First, I'm going to modify the size of the 2D plan of the node. So I will right click on the teledp2d and select copy. And I can give the name of the node, say for this time I want to create 1.5 meter times 1.5 meter telecom draw pit. So I change the name to teledp 1.5 times 1.5 2D and give the same description here and click OK. So I already got the required primary element and also the construction class element. So if I select by the construction class, and I got 3 lines here. I don't want to modify this construction element in 2D models. I just need to modify the primary class element. I will change the size of maybe I can create a new one, or I can change the existing size. For I will create a new primary class element. First, I will set the existing attribute to be my active attribute. So I right alternate left click on existing element and then place smart line and set the origin to the center of the models, and I give the x be 1500 divided by 2 be my x, and also y I do the same 1500 divided by 2 and press enter. Okay, now I will draw a square with 1500 millimeter times 1500 millimeter. And then I will close this square. All right, so I got the outer boundary of the 2D node created. Then next, I'm going to offset or move parallel the existing one, outer boundary, and set the distance, say 15 millimeter, and then select on the outer boundary and give an offset inner boundary of the node. So I can now delete the existing primary class, and this is my new 2D models for my new node telecom draw pit 1.5 times 1.5. So next, I'm going to modify the top cell. So I can again right click on the teledp_top and select copy and give the name be 1.5x 1.5 top and copy the name as the description. So this is the top model of the pit. And then I will modify the size of this top model. It combined with a concrete cell wall and also a cover by another solid. Okay, they are parametric solid. So you can see there's some simple parametric symbol here. So this example, I will modify first the concrete wall of the node. So I select on this node, and first I'm going to modify the concrete wall of this node, so I can modify the slab feature. I can right click on the slab feature symbol and select edit feature. I can change the length by input 1500 and the width be 1500 and the height I keep it as 200. So if I click OK, you will find the size of the slab has been modified. And then next I'm going to modify the cutting profile. So I will modify the cut profile by right click on the cut symbol again and show input element. We'll show the profile of this cutting as a shape. So I can right click until I can select the shape. Okay, so I can highlight the shape and you can see the shape has been selected, and then I can modify the size of this cutting profile. For example, I select on the handles and then I can move to the corner, snap to the corner and select the X value be minus 660, and in X and in Y direction I will change it to 0 for this case. And next I will resize on this size by select on this handle again, and I will modify to 25. Okay, so I got the cutting profile modified. And then next I can go to the cut symbol again and right click it and then hide my input element. Now I got the outer wall size modified. And then next I'm going to modify the cover of the node. Again, it is a parametric solid, so I can select on the solid and I can right click on the profile symbol and select so I can select on the profile symbol and then show input element again. Okay, so again I will have a shape in here, and then I can modify the size of this shape to align with the concrete wall. Once it is modified, and then I can select on this cover and select the symbol again and hide input element. So the modification on the top cell was complete, but the position is not aligned with the alignment element. So I can select both parametric solid and then I select move. And I will give the starting point to here and right click to complete. So I got the top cell modified. So next I'm going to, again, I didn't modify the construction class element with the same position. So next I'm going to modify the bottom cell. So I right click on the bottom one and then click copy. Then I give the name TeleDP 1.5 x 1.5 bottom. And I would like to modify the description of the model as well. So I copy the name and paste to the description. Okay, so I got the bottom cell showed here, and I select it combined with feature solid again, and the feature solid is created from a slab element and then create a shell features. So I can, again, I can select on this concrete wall and then right click on the slab symbol and then select edit feature. So I change the length be 1500 and width be 1500 and keep the height be 450 millimeter and click OK. So the size of the slab has been modified. And one more thing to be noticed that the shell I will keep the same 50 for each face of wall, so I'm not going to modify the cell thickness. Okay, and I have to move this slab from center position to the origin. Okay, for this case, because I didn't change the depth of the node, so the insert point, the inward point I didn't modify, but the connection phase, because the size of the node has been changed, so I require to modify the location of this connection phase. This is the construction class element again with the weight line style to be 6. Okay, so I right click on one of them and then modify the position and keep the set be 0 and snap on the face of the node. And again, I can move this one again and to this position and do the same to other connection surface. And there's another one. Okay, so I got the connection phase modified and keep the alignment line and point to have the same position, and also the inward point as well to the same position. So you find there's a point here in line style 5. Okay, so I got the size of the bottom node modified as well. And I can double check by referencing the top cell into the model. So I go to attach reference and give it, select the same file. Oops. And I will attach again. But this time I will use interactive and select the cell file and change the model to TeleDP top. TeleDP 1.5 times 1.5 top, and then give a click to OK. So you will find the top cell is aligned with the bottom cell. All right, so after this checking, so I can detach the top model as well. So this is how to modify the size of from an existing telecom draw pit node and create a new one with the new size. So finally, we can save this file, and then you can close this file, and you can take the step you learned from previous video in creating the element template, feature symbology, and also the new feature definition for this node. You can open the DGN library file for the Hong Kong standard one. There will be a drainage and utilities feature annotation metric Hong Kong.dgn lib. So now the DGN-lib file has been loaded, and then I can close the model dialog and pin my Explorer. And you can do the same, learn from previous video to create a new element template from this DGN library, like Hong Kong communication. I got existing TeleDP top, 2D, and bottom. Then you can create some free new TeleDP 1.5 times 1.5, and then select the according cell file. And then next you can create, after the element template has been created, then you can go to the OpenRoads standard from Explorer and expand your existing file and expand first feature symbology. You need to create a new point feature symbology by copy the existing one. Like here, there's a Hong Kong Telecom node, and then you can right click on existing one and copy and paste, and then point the new point symbology to your element template in 2D and top, and then again create a 3D, create a solid feature symbology, and then go to Hong Kong Telecom again, and then make a copy of existing one and paste it as a new name, and then point the top and bottom template. And finally, you required to create a drainage and utilities feature definition and expand the node and go to communication node. And Hong Kong Telecom knows there's a telecom drop it, and then copy the existing one and paste to the same location with your new name telecom, like telecom 1.5 times 1.5 drop it, and then you can define the according, like the point feature symbology and also the solid feature symbology to the one just created. Okay, so this is how to create the new feature definition, symbology, and element template. Once they are created, then you will find a new node from Telecom will be available for your placement.